Hi ho and hello, I'm the Bastard and welcome to my interview center where I'm having this special quest tonight. Would you mind to introduce yourself and tell us what do you do?
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Alan, but I'm more commonly known as Dariusofwest. I'm a music composer, and I do Halo Machinima. I've done music for the Hug Derby Duels Halo Machinima series, the Sonic and Shadow series, seasons 1 and 2 by Smash Bits.
Are those animated series or pixelated series?
Animated. One's hand drawn, season two's 3D.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Do you have any other jobs in your life, or is that just that all what you do?
I actually write music for Entertune Records, which is a division of STEM Digital, which is the larger YouTube network I work for. Originally, I came aboard my network job as the community manager for the network, running social media and stuff. But
Yeah,
more
you
recently,
used to introduct me a lot.
yes.
Yes. Whenever I had a question, hey, dude, how do I do this? And you were like, stupid ass bitch, do it like this.
Pretty sure that's not how I responded, but okay.
But yes, go on, go on.
Is there anything else? I'm also part of a team called Epic Streams. We work with other We're forming a team of content creators.
All of
Both.
them are animated or are they video game related?
A bunch of different stuff. I'm a musician. I think there's a couple other musicians. The main guy, Midnight Source Clan. He does mostly gaming videos, and there's some other people too.
Okay, that's great. Hey, you mentioned music, and
Yes.
basically, aside for video game music and video gameish music, what are the kinds of music you like the best?
I mostly listen to any type of orchestral music, or pretty much any music using an orchestra. That I like rock music, modern 80s, 70s, pretty much any type of rock for the most part, and some electronica or techno or whatever you want to call it. But really, I try to listen to different types of music. I try to be open.
What's your take on metal?
I like metal, just not the screaming kind where you can't freaking understand anything the guy's saying. But yeah,
So too black for you.
yeah.
All right. What is basically the shittiest song that you've ever heard?
Hmm. I'm trying to think of it. Uh, I can't remember it specifically, but it was on the TV Tropes worst song page. I can't remember what the category was, but it was really bad.
Do you have any song that you like to listen like day in and day out? Basically, well, not every day, but it's so good that when you go into any party out there, you just smash the button and want to let everyone hear that favorite song of yours.
I can't think of a particular one at the moment.
Okay. How about media? How do you think that music is in general used in media, like in movies, video games, and shows?
What was the last thing?
Uh, music in video games, movies, and in shows. Basically, in any form of media.
Okay, what are you asking specifically? How is it used, or how do I think it's used?
How do you think it's used? Is
Hmm.
it like in a good way or in a bad way, or how do you think it affects people?
Oh, That's a pretty interesting question. Well, I kind of think it affects people differently. Like maybe someone's watching the picture and they think the music goes along with it. Other person can see it and think it's not fitting at all. Other person can watch it, not notice the music at all. Other person could be saying, "Hey, that music is really good."
All right.
Sometimes it'll make people feel more of an emotional connection to whatever they're watching or doing. So it varies, I think.
Okay. How often do you think that they succeed at it?
Really depends for each individual person. For me specifically, I find it's generally used well most of the time.
Okay. Uh, do you play video games?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. What kind of video games do you generally like?
Um, I really like I really like platformers. Those are always fun. Platformers and
where you
fighting.
can't swim, of course.
Yeah. So specifically, I'm talking the Mario and Sonic franchises. Love those a lot.
Ah, all right, all right. So you're simple platformer guy,
Uh huh.
and the basic function is that you just run into one direction, and that's it. That's the best video game for me.
For the most part, yeah. There's also this other game I really like. It's called Shenmue. That was for the Sega Dreamcast. It was released in 2000. That
Wasn't
was a
that one button mashing game?
repeat that.
Wasn't that the button mashing game where you like repeat the button mashing stuff? Good UTA. Good time.
QTE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There was a ton of those in Shenmue.
Yeah. So you sort of like Rockstar. Well, not Rockstar, but one of those musical games where you just press buttons in certain order.
That went to something else entirely.
Uh, what do you think of the modern day indie games in general? Have they been improved? Are they better than AAA games, or are they worse than AAA games?
I really haven't played any modern day indie games at the moment.
What are the latest indie games that you have played as of
I haven't
recent?
really, I haven't really played any recently. I think one of them may be Unturned, but I'm not too sure if that's an indie game.
Okay, I haven't heard of that indie game either, so I'm sure you're clear. Um, are there any certain indie games that you would love to play, but you haven't heard of them before? Or you have heard of them, but haven't had a chance to play them?
I've heard that Super Meat Boy is pretty good. Yeah, I'll play that eventually.
Okay, what would you describe as a indie game, in your personal opinion?
Any title that isn't published by one of the major publishers, like Sega, Nintendo, Sony, and I can't think of the other ones at the moment. But yeah,
But wouldn't that make Sega, Sony, and so on, indie developers themselves?
I meant to include Sega and Sony in that, but I couldn't think of them at the time. But yeah,
Okay. Um, in video games in general, what issues do you have in video games?
I don't think I really have any in particular.
No, any political ones, gameplay ones, or, well, related to music anyway?
Any related to video game music? No, not really.
Okay. How do you think that video games reflect real life?
That's a good question. Well, I'd say it probably depends on the game. Like Super Mario, I don't really think that reflects real life too well.
Should video games reflect real life in any way or manner?
You're asking me if I think there are any?
Well, should they reflect in
Oh,
any way or any?
Depends on what the goal is for the game, really. I mean, if
Okay.
you want to make a realistic type world, it'd probably help if it would help if it would reflect real life, at least somewhat.
Okay. What about the fantasy video games where you're like casting magic, shooting lightnings out of your anus hole, and shooting fires out of
What?
your nostrils and shit? Should those games reflect real life in any way?
Nah, that's fantasy. Just keep it fantasy.
Okay. Let's go into some artistic questions. What do you think of drawings in general?
Pardon?
Drawings. What kind of art do you like? Or
Oh,
prefer?
drawings. Oh,
Yeah, drawings.
hmm. I like mostly hand-drawn stuff. I think it's really cool.
Yeah. Are you familiar with DeviantArt?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Do you have a account in there? Is there any regular stuff from certain artists that you're following?
I think I made an account like 4 or 5 years ago and probably forgot the password by now. And I can't think of any particular artist at the moment.
Oh, okay. But you do like pretty art.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the poetry or writing? What is your take on that?
Anything specific or
Well, basically, is there anything that you personally like, or is there anything that strikes you in the heart?
I can't really think of anything. Not really.
So you don't really read any poetry or let's say fanfics, for an example.
Oh, fanfics are cool. I like those.
Ah, so you do read,
Yeah.
and you can read.
Yes, last time I checked, yeah.
How about the sculptures?
Yeah, sculptures are cool too.
Yeah.
I can't think of any particular that I like, but sculptures are cool.
Okay. There is also this thing called as modern art, which is not really modern stuff, and it's neither a new stuff, but it's like this nonsensical. How should I describe it? Just artistic stuff where something is supposed to make sense, but it really doesn't make any sense. What do you think of that?
Um, it's completely beyond me and kind of confusing, but I can see why people like it.
And here comes the hot topic. What's your take on furries?
I don't have any particular opinion about them at all.
You've met them in a way.
Repeat that?
You have met them anyway.
Uh, Actually, one of the voice actors I used to work with on my machinima project, did furry stuff.
Was he a cool guy or she?
Oh yes, it was a male. Yeah, he was pretty cool.
All right. And your take on weeaboos? You have no idea what that is.
I think I do. You're talking about the people, Westerners who are really into anime and that stuff, right?
Yeah, people who are in anime who, disannul their own culture and tries to appreciate the Japanese culture
Oh, okay.
in form of anime, who think that people practice magic behind the corners and expect subtitles when someone speaks Japanese.
I don't have any. Just like the furry thing, I don't really have a particular opinion.
Okay, let's move on. Oh boy, to the favorite thing, politics.
Oh boy.
Trump won. What? What was your opinion on that?
Uh, hmm. Let's just say I don't like him. That's about it. Next.
Okay, that's alright. What if Hillary would have won?
I don't think I really would have had a particular opinion about that either.
How about Bernie Sanders?
Who is he again? I'm, I'm just kidding. I don't really have an opinion.
Okay, what is your take on social justice warriors?
Can you be a bit more specific?
Social justice warriors.
So, social justice warriors. I can't really think of a particular opinion at the moment.
Oh, okay. Who do you regard as social justice warriors in generals? What is your basic opinion about their activity? Do you agree with them or are you against them? And how do you think that they affect your personal life in general?
That's a loaded question there. Hmm. Mm, like I said before, I can't really think of any particular opinion I have of them right now, but doesn't really affect my. Doesn't really affect.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah. Alright.
You
Doesn't
don't
really
like to be associated with cancer, basically.
Huh?
Okay. Are you familiar with the latest CNN fiasco?
Which one was this?
The latest one, which started the meme war against CNN.
What is that again? The meme war? I don't think I paid attention to that one.
Okay, so you're not very familiar with that one.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the latest one.
Okay, yeah. Hey, let's get on to the movies.
Oh, good.
Do you like movies?
Yeah.
That's great. I don't. But which are your top, let's say, 3 favorite movies that you've watched in your lifetime?
Can't think of them right now, but I can tell you some ones I liked that I saw recently.
Okay, do tell me about those.
Okay, well, I liked Wonder Woman. That was pretty good.
Were there any particular reason why you like that one?
The action scenes mostly, and I remember liking the music in it too.
Okay. Was the writing any good, or was it just cheesy stuff that gets you on?
I don't really have much of an opinion on writing in anything for the most part, but it seemed fine to me.
Yeah. Basically about the cheesy movies, do you like really cheesy movies, or do you like really well written ones?
I guess both, really. As long as it's good, I don't care if it's cheesy.
Okay, okay. What is the worst movie that you've ever seen in your life?
The Room.
That comes on top,
Oh,
apparently.
hi, Mark.
Also, your take on feminism and movies.
I don't think I have any opinion about that.
Okay, the movies with the most memorable intro themes that you could just, think of and just hum on.
Spider-Man, the early 2000s series, not the reboot or the amazing one. Yeah, Spider-Man, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Harry Potter. Those are the 4 that come to mind. Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about countries. How much do you know about other countries than the country that in which you live in right now?
Probably depends on the country, really.
Which countries you're specifically interested about?
Hmm. Probably Japan and England. I mean, Japan and the United Kingdom. Yeah.
Weeaboo.
All right, sweet.
Okay, which are the countries you totally wouldn't like to visit?
That I would like to visit.
Wouldn't like to visit. Would not like to visit. You
Mm,
would like to avoid things
yeah.
like cancer.
Okay. Just pretty much any of the currently unsafe ones. That's about it.
Well, that's around the half of the Europe, but yeah, and the Middle East in general. But you know, how about the culture of the countries? Which is the best of the cultures that you like in certain countries? Basically, what I mean is that here in Finland we like to drink a lot of beer. In
Hmm.
German, they like to eat a lot of meat, and in Sweden, they like butt sex. So, what is the best cultural how should I say this cultural stuff that you like in the countries?
Probably the same as the ones I like to visit. Japan and the United Kingdom.
Tentacle porn.
No.
Okay, and here comes the last ones. Your basic opinion about the anime and the hentai in general.
Not so sure I've ever really seen hentai before. I don't think I want to. But as far as anime goes, I like it. It's cool.
Well, basically, hentai is anime porn.
Yeah, that creeps me out.
So, what about the tentacles? Are you into them, or are you just denouncing them? That oh no 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 that shit, not that shit.
Exactly the same as hentai. Creeps me out.
All right. Dariusofwest, everyone. Thank you for coming into my show, and thank you for answering into all of these questions. And you're a great dude, and I hope the best for you, for your
Thanks.
life. And maybe we will have another, introduction or introduce or whatever this is.
Interview?
Interview. Yes, that. I'm starting to get really fucking drunk right in here.
Yeah, that sounds like the usual for you, dude.
uh, Me?